Hey, I'm Brendan Bailey, and I am way behind on video game devlogs, so here we go, we're back. I've had a busy couple of weeks. I was part of the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, which is just an incredible event that we're very happy to be back after 2 years of COVID delays. But the expo is back, and I actually gave a panel on game development. I don't know. They asked me if I had any ideas for panels this year, and I just cobbled some things together about everything I knew about making games, which is really not much. And turns out people like listening to me talk about making stuff, so I'm going to try to do these more. Anyway, I'm going to try to get a hold of the panel. It was recorded, so if I can get a copy of it, I will definitely post it on YouTube. It was like an hour and a half, so I might cut it up into little pieces, but we'll see. Okay, so there's a lot to catch up on. So the really exciting thing that I've been working on is parallax scrolling. Woo! Look at this, it's so cool. I love parallax scrolling. So for those of you who are unaware, parallax is when the background scrolls at different rates, or even the foreground elements of the level scroll at different rates, so it creates like a sense of depth. It's a pretty simple technique. It's been used on literally thousands of retro games, both actual retro games and, you know, modern indie games. But it's really cool nonetheless. It really kind of brings the environment to life here, so I'm pretty excited about it. So I have it set up in the gallery, and I also have it set up in the biodome. So, as you can see in Unity here, the parallax backgrounds can kind of look like a mess. Basically, these are just repeating layers, and then if it gets a little too far off screen, one of the background panels shifts and moves to the other end. But the whole idea is that when you're actually playing the game, you can't see any of that, and it looks really cool. So This is just fun for me to see, because I remember when I put together this environment, I was really thinking about making it a parallax environment from the beginning, and it's, you know, really taken all this time of prep and figuring stuff out to like get it to this point. So it's really fun. I'm excited about this. All right. The other thing I've been working on is, if we go to scene 6 here, I have downloaded a dialogue manager plugin, which, though it makes certain things very easy, if I can pull this up on screen so you actually see it. It makes certain things very easy, but it's still a pretty robust plugin. It's the Pixel Crusher's dialogue system plugin, and it's pretty incredible, but it's very heavy. Like, there's a lot to learn just by itself. So I'm learning that. I've gotten this far. I have my like regular cutscene dialogue template set up, and it's cool, but it doesn't really do everything I want yet. I haven't really figured out how to change actors yet, or have multiple characters in a scene. So I gotta work on that next, and then also come up with a way to maybe add some interaction to the dialogue, like yes, no, question, answer kind of things. But it works so far, so pretty cool. Nixie is going to be a very dialogue-heavy game. I'm also planning on having voiceovers for a lot of the major cutscenes. So, and the dialogue manager supports the use of voiceover, so it should be kind of interesting to like take the voiceover scripts, record them, and then have each audio file basically trigger the next line in the sequence. I don't think I'm really gonna let the player choose to skip individual lines. I think I'll have the player be able to skip the whole cutscene. But when a cutscene is playing that has voiceover, I think I'm gonna let the performance of the voiceover kind of drive those scenes. So you can either skip the whole scene, or you have to watch it at the pace that it's performed, because I feel like any pauses in between lines or breaths or something can kind of add some dimension to the acting, to the performance. So I think it's important to preserve that. So, but that being said, cutscenes, especially if you die and you get back to a boss and there's a cutscene, you don't want to have the player rewatch it. So there definitely be an ability to skip the cutscene entirely. But I don't like the idea of like rapid fire tapping the button to skip through certain lines. I like the idea of like preserving the whole performance. So that's down the line. So speaking of dialogue and voiceovers and all that stuff, I've been spending more time working on Nixie's story and actually writing some dialogue scripts, several of which I've had bouncing around in my head for a while, and I finally typed them out. I've been working on a bulleted outline of like the whole story, like both what happens in the plot and also like what happens in the game, like the gameplay elements that occur in tandem with the story. Like, all right, this cutscene happens, and then you get this item, and that allows you to get to this area in which you meet this character, and like just an outline for both the story itself and the like linear flow of the game, which is really challenging. Like I thought that would be kind of easy, but you're almost like designing you're almost like kind of designing the game in a way without the map. You're designing like the order in which things happen. So, and I'm gonna have to be flexible on like where certain items and where certain upgrades happen. But I'm trying to get a good understanding of like the flow of the story, which is pretty solid at this point. So I've written a couple dialogue scripts, and I did actually start recording voices. I recorded this script that you see on here, which is one of the few non-spoilery scripts, I guess. I posted this in the Discord a while back, and I don't know if many people really listened to it, but that's fine. It's really cheesy, and it would probably be better to experience it in the dialogue system with the character avatars and everything, rather than just listening to it. So if you want to dig around in the Discord and try to find it, you could, but I will be reposting this when it's actually part of the functioning dialogue system. Alright, shifting over to music, I have 2 new boss themes written, and I've also figured out how to record my renoise audio while recording through OBS. So what that means is I could finally do like a renoise video game music tutorial, which is something I've always wanted to do. Yeah, I'll play you a bit of this song and show you renoise real quick. Renoise is a tracker program, so it's like a new school application of like an old school approach to writing music, but so that's all the tracks together, and then you can hear some of these like soloed out. So I think it would be cool to kind of like go through just the layering process, like how to just create a very basic song. All right, as always, check out nixiegame.com. If you don't follow the project, there's links to join our Discord, follow me on Twitter. If you want to follow the devlog on YouTube, just hit that subscribe button. And I am going to edit this video and then update the website because I haven't updated it since March, and that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. I'm gonna fix that. Oh, and before I go, I just want to thank everybody that came to my panel at the Gaming Expo. That was an awesome experience. It was so cool to meet a bunch of you that were in the Discord. It was so cool to like hang out with you guys afterwards and just like talk about creative stuff. I met a lot of really cool, talented people, some of which are more experienced in game development than me. So it was just a great experience. So hopefully I can get that panel uploaded soon so everybody that wasn't at the expo can see it. All right, I'm signing off. I'll talk to you guys soon.